Hello, and welcome back to the Kicking It podcast. I'm your host, Peter, Arsenal fan and advocate of Pogba is not world class.
I am Ted, the Arsenal fan, invincible, and free Van de Beek. Hashtag United. Man, amazing.
Free Van de Beek.
Yes, free Van de Beek.
I'm Sean, a Man City fan, the Centurions, the champions of England.
I am Timothy, a fan of the greatest club in English history, Manchester United.
So far. English history so far. Yeah, but today we deal with we react to match week 9 of the English Premier League. We talk about Arsenal, talk about Chelsea, we talk about Manchester City, and we talk about Manchester United. And we also give our predictions for game week 10 of the English Premier League. So let's start with matters Arsenal, isn't it? So Arsenal played on Monday and on Friday. On Monday they played Crystal Palace, played Patrick Vieira's team. The result was 2-2. They played Aston Villa on Friday and they won 3-1. So what went right for Arsenal on Friday and what went wrong for Arsenal on Monday?
So what went wrong on Monday? So Monday we played Crystal Palace, and from what I saw, I think the formation did us wrong. We played a 4-3-3, and Partey was the only deep midfielder, or rather defensive midfield. But at times we'd see Odegaard going sitting back as well. But I couldn't see much from Odegaard, so it was more or less a solo midfield effort from Partey. So he was overrun, and also Pepe did not offer any or very little support to Tomiyasu. So that win was also very much. We were short at that wing, and that's why they used that wing. And if we'd win the ball, Tomiyasu would just clear, so we'd end up losing the possession so many times. So unfortunately, the game didn't go to as planned. We also had very poor errors. Both were mistakes from our end. But credit to Crystal Palace for the pressure they applied. It paid off. They pressed us and we gave away the balls, and we succumbed to those goals. But credit to the team as well. They showed their passion. They didn't want to lose that game until the last second, literally. So yeah, that shows the mentality of the team also. So I don't think they were just errors. We considered errors, and I think the team made a statement now on Friday. They had to make a statement because those are points dropped on Monday. On against Aston Villa, what else can I say? We saw a masterclass from that team, from the coach himself, the selection, the players, how they performed. The pressing, passing, positioning. Not everything was perfect, but it was close to perfect. If you can continue to build on that, who knows which team can stop us at this point if we continue with that trend. Well, but Arsenal had its inconsistency. That is all my scare. But if they play the way they played, then I'm good. I'm good with that.
Yeah, on my part, personally, I don't believe there was anything wrong with what Tomiyasu was doing on the left wing. I believe he's a better class of defender than the defenders that just try to pass from the back. I don't know to prove what. I would prefer the ball just goes away, clear away from danger than just staying in danger. Then we concede, and then now Tomiyasu is a garbage player. But all in all, on Monday, the manager got it wrong, as most majority of the time he gets wrong. So, did we deserve to win? Not even an iota did we deserve to win that game. In the midfield, it was wrong. Odegaard wasn't playing well. What was it called? Partey was being overrun, and Partey that plays well in a two-person midfield. because he's more dynamic of a player than he is a central defender, central defensive midfielder. So for me, on Monday, the coach got it wrong, and I expected him to get it wrong also on Friday. So I was just cautiously optimistic that something will change. And indeed, something changed. The whole team played as if they knew that they were playing at home again, and that they needed to prove that Monday was just a bad day at the office. So every goal that we scored was fully deserved. All the defensive actions, all the second balls we won. What can I say about Arsenal? In that thing, I thought that we can compete with anybody, even those that are on top of the league, if that is the amount of effort you're going to bring. Because we do indeed have, can I say, world class scorer in Aubameyang, and at least finally in all the years that Lacazette has been at Arsenal, I finally believe he's showing his class. Because most times I thought that is a waste. He has never gotten the numbers he had at Lyon, and finally I see he's worth it, but I don't know if he will be given a new contract. So can I ask Ted, is 4-4-2 the answer? The formation, 4-4-2 formation the answer?
I think, regardless of the formation, I think it's the players also. So long as we have, and I'm talking about the players. I'm talking of both strikers, Aubameyang and Lacazette, in the game. Lacazette for the link up, he links up well with the players and the hold up play. So, and also now the pivot, the midfield pivot of Partey and Sambi Lokonga. Those two complement each other very well. Press resistant, intelligent, IQ, but just maybe one or two errors in them. But I mean, and the back four is still the same. Saka, Smith Rowe, play them. So that's the team itself that I prefer. If you use a 4-2-3-1 with those players, 4-4-2, I'm okay, because they know their roles. That's the good thing about those players. They know their roles regardless of any formation. But 4-4-2, I don't mind it if it worked well and good. But I don't mind a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2. Any can do football. So long as Laka is at 10.
Personally, when it comes to Arteta, as long as the brand of football that I think Arsenal players are best suited for is just a direct approach, not this person thing that he tries to bring. Direct approach, ball is on the back already, goes to the midfield, is already in the striker's boots. So whatever he employs, even if it is 3-5-2, as long as there's a pivot of two players, I think Arsenal will perform, and Emil Smith Rowe to play on the wing, not as a 10, because he's not really a 10, as I've observed. But will Leicester make us as Arsenal fans question the formation? Will we be, as we have always been done by Arteta, be dumbstruck by his choices again?
We are playing away at Leicester. Last season we thrashed Leicester away with the same Arteta, with the same tactics he used. However, I remember he was using Pepe that game. Pepe was on form at that time. Don't know if this point, if I were the coach at this point and with that kind of performance, I wouldn't change the team. Now I changed to the like the winning mentality, the way they are gelling and everything. If you change one thing, it disrupts the momentum. So I wouldn't mind. My question is if Tierney comes back, and you will see the impact of Tavares on that left side. So if and of course the pecking order, the senior player here is Tierney. So if Tierney comes back and he plays the way he was playing, we won't be as fiery as we were. Yes, Tavares is not the best guy defensively, but when he goes forward, he's doing the work. He's pressing as well. And he's just everything is right with him, just defensively not the best, but enough. So when you substitute that with Tierney, it creates a different dynamic with that left side, and it changes a lot, and it might affect. It's a crazy thing for the coach at this point for him. It's a decision for him, crazy decision for him to make. Difficult, but that's why he's there. Against Leicester, I know he can do it, but I don't know. I don't know if he employs the same tactics he used against Villa, then I expect at least a competitive game from him. Aubameyang also to keep firing. He should keep doing whatever he's doing. I mean, he's also, he's a what is it called? Confidence player. So the more he gets goals, the more he improves. So I think we need that as well. Defensively, we'll try as much as we can. So I think we should be confident in that game.
Let's see. Personally, until I see whatever he has planned, I'm always cautiously optimistic because I am a fan of Arsenal, not of Arteta. So when Arsenal wins, I am happy. When they lose, I am angry, regardless of manager. But to not be cautiously optimistic will lead to what? Will lead to very interesting things from Mikel Arteta. But if he can make a run of form until I think November, I'm not sure. What teams does Arsenal play after Leicester? Because I see we become pretty congested in the teams that we are playing.
So yeah.
Because we play Leicester, November 7th, Watford, November 20th, what is this team? Liverpool, Newcastle, Manchester United, Everton, December 11th, Southampton. And I think in that period in November, we will see his mettle. We will see his mettle as a manager. If he can give us a run of form or of wins through those, or at least give or take Liverpool through those teams, I think we will be knocking in the top 4, if not in the top 4 itself, if we can win like how many times, like 15 points from that run of games. I think we'll be in the conversation of the top 4. But that said, let's talk about Manchester City, current champions of England. Yeah, against Brighton. Well, top four position as they have been playing this season. Yeah. So, well, City has won, as is no surprise to anybody. But the question has to be asked: was Grealish worth the buy? The stats, stats in terms of assists, scoring, he's not special compared to anybody at City. Yeah, he's not like performing over and above whatever he's saying. So Sean, was he worth the buy? Was he worth Sterling being benched for him? Though I must say that he has, I think, a starter I saw that he has the most chances created for City.
I think he was worth the buy, because if you look at Grealish, has a lot of quality. He made more progressive carries and more carries into the penalty area than any other player in England top flight. And I think he has brought in more attacking options for Pep, and he has also been able to fit into Guardiola's style of play in the last games. Even though he hasn't been scoring a lot, but he creates chances and he draws a lot of fouls into the box. So I still think he was worth the buy, despite people criticizing that he's not worth 100 million. But to me, he is worth it.
Let's see, for 100 million, you require not only carrying the ball into the box, you require goals, you require assists, you require somebody that on the level of the greatest players that are around, isn't it? So if he was gotten for 50, nobody will be complaining, but he was bought for 100 because he's supposed to be that can you call it an upgrade? Yes, to upgrade the City side now to be can I say unstoppable? to be just better. Because Sterling was regressing last season, isn't it? That's why he was always being benched. So 100 million on Grealish or 100 million on a striker, with Sterling still still available to play on the left.
Pep was asked
Yeah.
by I don't know if you saw that interview after the game.
This Brighton.
Yeah, for the Brighton game. He was asked, it looks like you not buying the striker is working out for you. And he said, he called them out, actually it was Sky, and he said, Sky, let me tell you something. When I buy, if I lose, the next time I lose a game,
You say you don't have a striker.
you say I don't have a striker. So he knows what he's doing. This is Pep Guardiola. He knows what he's doing. If he gets the Grealish, he knows how he'll use him, either without a striker. I think also for the price tag. I mean, you have to pay the English tax at this point. You can't find. First of all, Grealish was performing last season for Aston Villa. He had the numbers. Second, he's young. Third, he had a very long contract. Definitely, if you want to get that player, and he's English, yeah, I've mentioned that. I hope I've mentioned that, because to get such a player from Aston and an English international also at that point,
So
you have to pay the premium for
yeah,
that.
so well,
It won't give you all what you expect with the numbers and all, but look at
so in essence, he was overpriced. But if he wasn't English, he would have been fairly priced, and
Yeah.
City would still have gone for him. Yeah, but me personally, I rate Grealish more than I rate, and he had a style of play at Aston Villa that had goals, that had assists. I don't know. Maybe he's a bit rigid, or he feels like he will
it's a
make
different
mistakes.
system. It's a different
It's
system.
a different
It's
system.
not, it's not the same Aston Villa again. They're the same players.
Like
the same.
you see, like he gets in goal scoring opportunities as he got in Villa, and I find like there's a hesitation. I feel like now he feels, if you observe, he feels like he has to pass to make the extra pass rather than to attempt to score. That's how I feel Grealish is playing. It speaks to a different system, but you understand that will have that pizzazz of he can create and he can score. Because so far, your scoring players are who? Foden,
Gordon, Mahrez,
this other guy, Bernardo Silva,
Ronaldo.
Gundogan.
Torres that signed, but he's injured.
Yeah, I think and strikers.
Everyone is just
And strikers. So me personally,
Even the defenders, they're
yeah.
scoring.
So personally, we can say
That's the
the price
system.
the price was fair, but still we would expect to get more out of Grealish, system or not system. So great players produce results wherever they go. But so far, we cannot say that he has done something wrong that now requires maybe we expected more of him, and he hasn't gotten that more, isn't it? So Foden has occupied now the false nine position in the City team. Do you believe he's going, first of all, to keep that position, and do you believe he's the answer for that position?
Okay, in my view, I would say that there are players who can play in one position, and there are players that play football as well. Playing football means you can play in any position because you understand the game and you understand the style of play of the coach. So in this case, we have all seen how Foden plays. He can play in different positions, and in the final third, he can play up front because he has the quality to move, to be aggressive, and to make movements in the box, to assist, to draw fouls. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in my view, he can play as a striker, false nine, winger on the left side.
I'm
or
trying to
even
say
on
in
the
terms
right.
of the system, because also football is a team sport as much as you're a football. And as much as there are players that can play many positions, there's that position that this player is best. Yeah? Arsenal Saka can play any part of those wings, isn't it? But statistically it is shown that if he plays on the right side, he's the best. So is this false nine role the best for Foden? Because also the game that they played against Liverpool, if you see, he became more efficient when he went wide.
Yeah.
Because in the middle, playing against centre backs, aggressive centre backs of Matip and Van Dijk, he was getting lost. But when he went wide against Milner, he was more on the ball and he scored a goal. That's why I'm asking. Is false nine? Since you have played Brighton, and then the team that you played before Brighton was what?
Burnley.
Yeah, like they are low level of opposition, but they do have aggressive centre backs. So that's why I'm asking the question: is false nine the best position for Foden, or depending on the team, it is the correct position?
That's what I think. Also, I was going to mention that it depends on the opponent. That's why you're talking of Guardiola. Guardiola can. He still mentioned again in the in the interview about he has to think. If like he was asked about the Premier League, how it is it getting tough and all this. He has to think about every manager and how he deploys, how he sets it to his team. So depending on the kind of opponent he's getting, that's why you'll find City will have very different formations, different players starting. And if he uses Foden as a false nine, there's a reason for that. As he's also mentioned that Foden is a I mean, you all know Foden is a world-class player at this point. So Foden is a great player. If you use him at the forward, he will produce something. He's always a threat. Getting the ball off his foot, his football IQ, his passing range, he ticks so many boxes still at a young age. And for a side that has so many quality players surrounding him, I mean, using him as a false nine is okay because you have the likes of De Bruyne beside you, you have Bernardo, you have Mahrez, you have the guy you mentioned about Grealish. So it makes sense to have someone also with another football IQ in front there who can even draw the defenders, leap to another football IQ player, high IQ, and cause lots of threats. But you don't even need a striker really, because you can just draw the players out of their positions easily with such players. So I mean, for that reason, he does the job. That's why I call him a world class player, because he does things that these are things that if you give him you can always have, you feel like you're relaxed when he has the ball. You're not 50-50. If you make some missed pass, you feel that's unlike of this guy. If he does something that is wrong, so having him as a false nine can do the job depending on the opponent, and I think you have the right manager as Pep to know. So depending on the opponent.
Is there a weakness with Manchester City?
Yeah, the number 9 role and the left back position. Those are the only weaknesses they can.
So that is, you're saying the left back.
Yeah, because you can't depend on Cancelo all the time. There has to be someone who is going to deputize. Especially now that Mendy was arrested. Now we only have one recognized left back. Zinchenko.
Yeah,
Zinchenko wasn't a left back.
Yeah.
I think if you had a conversation with the Arsenal man, Maitland Niles, most probably he will say he's a midfielder. But I think he covers well, and I think when you can, has Pep ever deployed a back three?
Yeah, once. Yeah.
So me personally, I believe there's a defensive weakness in Manchester City, not in the lack of personnel, but in the way person goes down. I think sometimes there's an underestimation of the players, and if somebody does press them high enough, you'll have a problem with the passing rate, because it's a bit lax, because most players when they play City, they're not attempting to press high up, because they're afraid that one through ball in, yeah, it's a goal. But if you have a team that is confident like Liverpool in their press and in their defense, you'll have a problem, because even in this game against Brighton, in the first half, in the few minutes that I watched before halftime, there was that laxness from even the keeper, though they have a great range of passing all through the defensive line. I saw that. So if you are to play high pressing team, a Brentford, a Liverpool, which other team presses high? United at times. I think you'll have a problem, and maybe that is the problem that you have that makes Manchester United a very difficult opponent for you guys. Since Ole took over, maybe it's since Ole took over, and before, you have been having a problem with beating United, because I think the defensive line is somewhat breached easily because they think nobody's coming onto them. Or is it that you're forced? I don't think. Then does Ederson go long?
Yeah, it does.
It
does.
It does go long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes. So I don't know what the problem is with the
That's even
defense.
on an asset he has going long. He has that, like he and pinging it to the right. Like you see how you can break the defense line of the opponents with a long pass.
I think when starting out, that's why I was asking. Starting out, like there's that one that save mid, ball long, and there's this goal kick. You see, goal kick has to start in the box.
Yeah, he does.
Does
it
he go?
once-
Does he
once
go?
in a while.
Yeah,
I feel like he passes back.
he considered a man making a run and split
Like
the
he
other
did
team.
in the semi-final against PSG.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
took the ball from the post.
That's most times I see Manchester City starts things at the back. Yeah. So, but what does Manchester City? As John said, it depends on the mood you're in. And also, I have come to find that if you don't score in the first half and the team continues to hold their ground, you tend to be a bit lax in how you're going to beat them. You don't have, I don't know, there's an intensity that you used to have, but it's like it has declined, or it depends with, you've become like a team that depends on the team that you're playing. Playing Liverpool high energy, playing a team that is not considered.
But I think
Let's talk about Chelsea. Timothy.
Yes.
Chelsea. It is only one of three teams that have got the best defensive record in Europe. They have only conceded 3 goals in their respective leagues so far. I think all of them are in game 9, I assume. Is Chelsea's defense the best that you have seen Chelsea with, or the best that has been in the EPL?
It's not the best, but they have a good defense. Having a defense that they don't concede, they make other teams concede. Having a defense that scores, I think the defense is just brilliant. Yeah, honestly. And despite of the rivalry between our fans and their fans, yeah. So their defense is just good, brilliant. Yeah. Best now, but not the best.
The best. So which is the best? I think the best was Mourinho 2003, 2004. I think they conceded what? 24 goals.
No, not 24.
they only
15, eh?
considered 15 goals.
Yeah.
And they lost only one game.
Only
Their
one
way
game.
to the winning title.
The title, when Mourinho became the special one. Yeah. So, it's not among the best defenses, but can this defense stud that Tuchel has amassed or has gotten at Chelsea win him, or can he win the treble using those 3? Not those 3. Win 3 trophies using that defense.
What do they say? They say defense win you
Games.
and then
I forget. It's a quote by Sir Alex Ferguson.
yeah, but I mean, he has the personnel. He has the right mixture of defenders. If you look at it, when it comes to physical defenders, he has them. When it comes to defenders good with their feet, he has them. Leaders, look at Thiago Silva, experienced. Rudiger also has experience in him. Talented young defenders like Chaloba, Sarr, Christensen has been doing good even for country. So there's something that he has a right type of profile of defenders suitable. Even if you put each type of defenders together at that point, so long as there's a leader there. What I've noticed is they have proper leadership from the back. Be it Rudiger, be it Thiago Silva,
Aspilicueta.
I mean, now you see, that's a key thing for a proper defense. All great defenses have those leaders, the likes of Terry's, the Ramoses. So I think, and also to defense also falls on in today's modern football, the goalkeeper is part of the defense. When it comes to how you build from the back, how you communicate with your players, how you distribute, how you get them out of pressure,
Can we talk about Edward Mendy?
Mendy.
Now that you've spoken about the keeper,
Edward Mendy, that player.
So the first question is, best keeper in the world?
They don't think Mendy is the best keeper in the world.
Who is the best keeper in the world?
Currently, yeah.
Currently, Manuel Neuer, I think is.
But he's conceding.
He's conceding a lot of goals.
Like I think 11 goals at the end.
No, you look at the clean sheet that guy has.
Yeah, okay. Let's look at
We can compare clean sheets from last season between Bayern Munich and Chelsea, and Chelsea will beat them.
Yeah, if you include even Champions League. In fact, even had a clean sheet at the Champions League final. This guy, but also the defense is also very, very tough to breach. So you can't really say that he's that exceptional, but because the defense is really tough.
But you can say he's that exceptional because in a simple game versus Brentford, in the moments that Brentford breached Chaloba, it was the keeper that they were getting, and the keeper was making saves. Actually, not very simple saves, but a lot of those saves. So it means that the whole defensive line, because I believe the defender and the keeper hold the defensive line, all of it works. But I'm still asking, is
on the perspective where I know Sadio Mane said this keeper deserves to be on the Ballon d'Or list. If Sadio Mane, I know they play for the same team, Senegal, but he's made a difference for Chelsea. Because I can imagine the same defense with Kepa at goal. It wouldn't be the same Chelsea. So I think Mendy, and that, using that, but I mean, you start when you say that, and then you remember keepers like Alisson,
Ederson,
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale, yes?
One thing about Mendy is because he's being trained by Peter Cech at Chelsea. So that has been a key factor in his development as a goalkeeper, and we have seen so many times he has saved Chelsea, if I can say that.
Yeah.
In so many occasions, even in the Liverpool game.
I mean, actually, even in the Liverpool game.
Yeah. Okay, he is the best goalkeeper in the.
We can say he's the best
right now.
Yes.
Right now, he ranks above all others. Because last season, I would have told you personally, I thought Ederson was the best keeper in the EPL itself. Because Ederson's one-on-one handling of a scorer is phenomenal. I haven't seen Mendy handle one-on-one, or I'm not sure I've seen enough of them.
Because of that defense.
Yeah, but Ederson, when it is breached one-on-one, I think he's the best, and his distribution is so slick. Can you say slick?
But
he only conceded 4 goals in the
Champions League. He's so slick. But maybe we have gotten used to Ederson, Alisson. So this is the new kid on the block we are seeing. So because
ranks highest in Europe with the sales percentage.
But you see,
yeah.
Sometimes when you base on a goalkeeper, you also look at how he handles one-on-one situation, and Mendy is not good in that. In my opinion,
he can't
one-on-one situation. But you see, most of the saves are long shots, but one-on-one with that keeper,
you can easily score him.
But maybe that is something now we should now look at when it does occur, if Chelsea defense allows it to occur. But so far, all in all, if save percentage ranks highest, it means whatever is coming at him, whether close or long, is something that he's able to get to. A lot of it. Because I think the goals that, some of the shots that, what are they called? Brentford were putting in were inside the box. Yeah, so I think all round so far, I haven't seen him do something. Yeah, so next question. 7 past Norwich now. It's just Norwich. We must start by saying it's just Norwich. But 7 past Norwich without Lukaku and Timo Werner, who have been what? Struggling for goals. Does Chelsea need to be playing Lukaku and Werner? But caveat, it is just Norwich. Caveat.
It's just knowledge.
Yeah, it's just Norwich. Yeah, but still, it was a more attacking mindset that even their midfielders are scoring, because you have found in some games, Chelsea, it is the defenders that have been getting them out of a jam. Yeah? So is it a good defense now with those young players playing around each other? It becomes a better attack also. Good defense and now a better attack.
It's a difficult question, because you at the end of the day, you remember it was just knowledge. We haven't seen
Yeah, that's what I'm
against
saying.
other teams.
Yeah, I'm caveating it just, but in that game they did score.
But
Free
the
flowing.
talent is there. Look at Odoi. Although you know him, he's a great player on his day, and with the hunger he has, because he has been at the bench, he has something to prove to Tuchel, because they had some.
Tussle.
Yeah, so I think he had to prove something. He also, it's not a player. Those professional players don't like sitting on the bench. When you have Mount, also Mount hadn't been starting quite a number of games.
And he had played quite well since Lukaku came.
Yeah,
His role had
it's
become
like
a
the
bit-
old thing. Yeah, before
Yeah.
the way they were before Lukaku came. So Havertz he's already settled. We've known who Havertz is now. I think he's even getting better. And then to make things even better, there's more width from the wings now, from the right wing backs. These James and Chilwell, those guys now, when you add them, they're technically gifted, because they can dribble, they
can take on
the
their
speed.
man.
Yeah, so it's like many attackers at this point you have. So I think Lukaku kind of slows them down, but he's lethal if given a chance.
I think
But he limits them a bit.
Yeah, it makes me wonder how he was being used at Inter Milan,
You know,
because
there's
his
something
level has dropped. Yeah,
there's something that Conte said about Chelsea and the Lukaku of Chelsea now and the Lukaku of Inter. And I think Chelsea, they don't know how to use him.
Yeah.
There is a way Conte used to use him at Inter, but now he's a bit.
like, you're not sure what is
Sneaky.
happening.
Yeah.
You're not sure what is happening with
There's
Lukaku.
something wrong, because even with the formation, that 3-5-2, it is not applicable, because you see they're lacking that attacking midfielder who is supposed to distribute the balls. Because if you look at Werner, his work is just to drift one or two players.
But isn't Werner playing the Lautaro Martinez role that Martinez was playing in?
But Lautaro
Lautaro
was
was
gifted.
scoring.
Was
He was-
gifted. He could dribble past and could take the shot. Werner,
Werner is finishing.
I think he should go back to the
So
Bundesliga.
is a problem then.
I think the problem is with the
Werner.
No.
Can you say the problem then is Werner?
Yeah, I think also team selection. I think he requires more of a Henry backup type of a thing in those two people in front. The one that can hold, both can score. The one that can, and which I think Havertz should play, but I don't know what is happening with Havertz. Because if Havertz plays, Havertz has demonstrated at Leverkusen he can score, he can create, and he can pass. So if they could play off each other, I think Lukaku will return to his best.
Because I think Werner is a second striker. Yeah.
Yeah, and Werner gives a different skill set of more speed onto the ball more than Lautaro, that more speed can hold up the ball, even him, and take the shot. So let's see. The next game Chelsea are playing Newcastle. I hope they will put up an amicable fight, so that we see if, because I don't know. Maybe will Lukaku be okay by next weekend?
No, they are missing. They'll be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So at least next weekend we can see if still these people perform to that. Well, obviously, I don't think they're going to have five. I hope they're not going to have 5, 6, 7 against Newcastle. But
Maybe 3-1.
yeah. So
That defense, boy.
hopefully. Hopefully, well, we are giving props to
They Saint
to
Maxima.
to Callum Wilson. We are giving props to Callum Wilson and Saint Maximum that can take on a defender. So, Timothy, finally, Manchester United,
Manchester United.
one in a while, comeback victory. Yeah, because you are eviscerated by Leicester in the weekend, but also you are going to lose this. But something happened in the second half. Yeah, second half FC. Yeah, yeah. So I'll ask for you: is Ole out always Ole in because of this performance that has been happening the Ole way? They win some when you think he's about to be fired, he just wins, and then everybody just forgets.
That only in, only out. I think in that scenario like that match, you see the players he had started. He started Fred and McTominay. Who the hell does that? Like for a better partnership, I think Fred doesn't live up to the expectation of Manchester, but he's a better team partner
To McTominay.
with Pogba and the partner at the midfield. So you can attest like at the before halftime.
Did Pogba start that game?
No, he did.
Oh,
He,
so that was a change that was made at halftime that brought a difference.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, always decisions. Sometimes he's always lucky, but because of some players are just brilliant.
But he brought in those players, so he cannot be lucky. He knew what he wanted. But he did not bring in Pogba, he did not bring in Fred and McTominay. Or is it that Cristiano is brilliant, so that was the difference?
No, like you see the style of play, like the defenders. Our defenders are some of them like Maguire. He was overrated. Like you see, he was from the international break,
Yeah.
exhaustion.
Was he playing for England really? He was injured.
He had a back injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So he started him when he wasn't okay.
He started game and he wasn't fit. And you see the balls that when he played Leicester, that guy just look at the ball. The ball is flying. So it's an arrow. It's kind of
So,
arrow balls.
aerial balls, he did not win any. Actually, so that you know, Maguire had the best aerial duel win rate Premier League last season, if I remember correctly.
This season.
So you are saying he's not bad because he hasn't stopped being Maguire this season.
It's not bad, but you look at Maguire, the ball, that guy who scored the last goal for Leicester.
Daka.
Daka. He was just looking at the ball.
So maybe the delivery was just good, you know.
You see, the aggressiveness, our defense, the aggressiveness is not there.
Yeah.
Ole needs to work on that. Yeah.
Is Lindelof Maguire a better partnership than Varane Maguire?
I think hapo kwa they're in the partnership. I think Lindelof and Bailey make a better one. Although Bailey,
Lindelof and Bailey.
yeah.
That's a new one.
That's different.
That's different. Okay. Bailey, Lindelof, better partnership. Okay.
Although Bailey is injury prone.
Yeah. A lot actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you see, like our defenders, our fullbacks are like look sure.
yeah,
He's good at assists and pressing on the left wing, but when it comes to defend, they are
but I think he has regressed. Last season he was on top of both aspects, both the defending and the attacking aspects. So if let's say the manager went, you got a Conte. Do you believe this will be an improvement since you have said there's so many problems? Will he change all those problems?
they will be changed because Ole doesn't have
Doesn't have?
a style of playing. Week in, week out, the same formation. He puts Ronaldo as the main man. We depend on Ronaldo. It's like the whole Man United Ronaldo, and they have players on the bench. You have Martial. We have Cavani.
So he was wrong to buy Cristiano Ronaldo because that is the biggest change that has come to Manchester United. Because without Cristiano, the play was it was a counter-attacking type of play, isn't it? And everybody was involved. Yes.
I think I should add on.
Yeah.
There's something that Jamie Carragher said on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
The signing of Cristiano Ronaldo, it will not benefit United, it will just benefit the Premier League. It will make the league to be more exciting. And I think on my side, United should have bought a defensive midfielder than CR7. It will have made the difference because you see now, they are just bantering about CR7, they are depending on him, and you know Ronaldo can't defend. He can't go back to the midfield, he takes the ball, he starts running with it. That's not his work. There has to be somebody there. And if you can look at United's game, Shaw has been going offensive, but he's not defending. So there's that space which is left there, and so many goals have been conceded from Shaw's wing, if you look closely. And there's no work ethic from the midfielders. And like we look at Liverpool, City, and Chelsea, like the likes of Bernardo, KDB, Mane, Kante. You see, they don't have players who work hard. They depend on their talents. And we have seen in United's transfer windows, they just go for players with big names. So, and also the coach will not win a league title or a UCL because he's not at the level of other managers. Sorry to say.
So for me, personally, Cristiano Ronaldo, if he was benchable, I wouldn't complain about it. The problem is not benchable. He was playing well. Yeah. The all-round play in the team was okay when Cavani was playing. Rashford was getting the goals, Mason Greenwood, and also the top scorer last season, Bruno Fernandes. Something has changed. Like the team is more molded, like to create when they can chances for Cristiano, or sometimes players that just have flair, like those ones that just want to score. Greenwood, Rashford.
And then there's that selfishness from Greenwood as well.
Yeah. But truth be told, what do you call it? When Pogba was on the wing and we had McTominay and Fred in the middle, it was a better playing style from Manchester United because Pogba was more influential in games when he was wide. But I told you the problem with CR7 is he drifts towards the left because he has been a winger for so long. Yeah. So I think even if we got another manager, unless that person can be benched or a different style of play can be developed to suit Cristiano being there, because you see the absurdity of Cristiano Ronaldo is that he can be benched, and he can score goals. So if you create opportunities for him, goals will be scored. Now the problem is, are people at Manchester United, after being playing and allowed to be expressive of themselves, now going to just decide all our playing tactics is to give the ball to Cristiano Ronaldo?
Is in that then can only learn from the Portugal coach?
Because
I normally don't see Bruno used to be benched a lot. And that for some reason the players who are playing consult Ronaldo. That's Ronaldo performs at Portugal. I don't think Bruno and Ronaldo really
Work
click.
well.
Yeah.
They don't work well
I don't
together.
think.
Even in the recent Euros, it just doesn't work. So
Yeah.
I think also in terms of tactics, maybe you should now the problem
That's the problem.
now the problem now is Bruno is also too big of a player to bench.
You know, if you look at the way Pogba plays with his national team and the way he plays at United, they are two different people.
Yeah,
The same case for Fernandes.
Fernandes doesn't get many games.
Yeah,
Portugal. That's
Portugal, but everybody that I think Portugal has got such a good playing squad
Yeah.
that it covers. It covers because when actually Portugal in the Euros played better when Fernandes wasn't on the pitch. When he was what's his
Ronaldo
name?
was scoring.
Yeah, and Ronaldo scored. So I think now we require a manager that can make tough decisions.
That's it.
Tough decisions that when Fernandes is playing, Cristiano is not playing. And when Cristiano is playing, Fernandes is not playing. So that we can have finally Van de Beek playing.
Free Van de Beek.
Free Van de Beek. Yeah, but with that, let's go to our predictions for game week 10 of the English Premier League. Yeah, let's start with early kickoff: Leicester versus Arsenal. So Leicester Arsenal, Ted.
Ali kickoff. You know Ali kickoff
Yeah.
is not a friend to people. And you know Arsenal is that team that is a seesaw. So you are low, you went high. Now I'm expecting low, but I'll be an optimistic Arsenal fan as I always
Cautiously
am.
optimistic.
I'm always optimistic.
You're not
It's
cautiously.
the hope that will kill me. I know. So let me be hopeful.
Okay.
Iko nini?
Iko nini?
So I'll give Arsenal a rare win. No, but we won at least.
So just give us the prediction.
I'm thinking. Bro.
Yeah, well, as you think, Timothy. Arsenal, Leicester, Arsenal.
It's home at King Power Stadium.
King Power.
I'm backing Leicester.
Yeah.
Leicester will win this.
Give us a scoreline. Me personally, I'm saying we are winning 2-1. 2-1, 1-2. Because, yeah,
Leicester will take a lead 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
Sean?
2-2 draw.
2-2.
1-2. Jamie Vardy will score as usual. That is a but we will win.
But you'll win,
We
okay.
will win.
Liverpool, Brighton. Yeah. Brighton is a
Liverpool will win. Kwani iko
Brighton
nini?
is a very interesting team. Yeah, but I'm going to go
Liverpool at home.
3-0.
2-0.
3-0, 2-0.
Draw.
4-0. Draw?
0-0.
Nil.
Very interesting.
At Anfield.
Yeah.
At Anfield, you're sure? At
This one is
Anfield.
very wise.
With fans. Okay.
Very wise.
City Crystal. Sean, City Crystal.
4-0.
Hey! Did Crystal score yesterday?
He scored one.
Okay.
They played versus?
Newcastle.
They won 1-0.
1-1.
1-1.
They went on 1.
Yeah.
Then let's have 3-1. 3-1. In fact, 3-0
To City.
to City.
5-0.
Hey, this wise man, one, eh?
Hey. Hopefully now I'll get a clean sheet from City. I'll go 3-0 also. I hope. If Ederson doesn't decide he doesn't want me to get a clean sheet. Spurs, Manchester United.
You know, the problem is, as of this podcast, I don't know the result of Liverpool and United game that is supposed to be played today.
We are reaching there.
So the issue is now I don't know how Man United will be reacting. Will they be reacting coming from a loss, from a win? So it's difficult, but I'll just say a draw. I don't want any of them to win. 1-1.
1-1 as well.
1-1. 1-1. I just want Manchester to lose 2-1.
You want Spurs to win. An Arsenal fan.
Huh? I want Manchester to lose. Is Spurs near us?
They are on top of us by a point.
By a point? Then draw 2-2. If
You guys have been unfair.
we have been completely biased. We have been completely biased.
Actually, you're being fair.
In fact, the game is being played at the home theater, the Theatre of Dreams.
Theatre of Dreams.
Yeah, I think.
Have you had a good record at the Theatre of Dreams lately?
Listen.
But it's against Spurs.
Listen.
Yeah.
We will win a 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
Really, please, I'm interested in who do you think will score?
Today.
No, for the other 3-2 game.
No, today's game.
No.
No, Spurs.
The Spurs game.
Spurs game will be played at Tottenham Stadium.
Greenwood will score.
So you have said 2-3.
Yes, 2.
2-3.
Okay.
Greenwood.
Martial, if he plays, will score. And it will be a. Oh, this is for Tottenham.
Yes.
Yeah, Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying in today's game, Greenwood will score?
Yeah, Greenwood will score, definitely.
Today being Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well.
Can you also talk about the
Wait.
the Classico?
Newcastle, Chelsea.
That one is you already know there's a nil somewhere. We know there's a put 0 where there's Newcastle.
0?
Now the people aren't back, the strikers they can't do score that many again. 2.
I am going to go on a limb and just say 4. 4-0.
I'm going to say 3-0.
0-3.
Yeah. 0-4. 0-3. Sean. Newcastle, Chelsea.
3-1.
3-1
3-1 to Chelsea.
to Chelsea. Chelsea will be scored.
Maximum.
Ambition. Yeah, so now we'll have also Carabao tie, and it will be between. Let's just talk. Today we have the El Clasico. I feel it's going to be a bit useless because nowadays those teams are not playing well.
There's no.
But for me,
Ronaldo.
I'm very. There's no Messi.
There's no Messi.
Yeah, and Barcelona, I think they've won only their last 2 games recently, and I think yeah. So for me, I am forever Real Madrid. So I want Real Madrid to win. But will it have all the hype that it used to have? I doubt it.
No.
Doubt it.
Okay. I think it will be a very interesting game. And I know this team of talents by the name FC Barcelona. I mean, this team is so good. Ansu Fati, the next
So good.
The best.
Players are good. Barcelona is good.
the name Barcelona is good. Okay? Ansu Fati will do wonders if he starts. Memphis Depay will do wonders if he starts. From there, the rest, Pedri,
De Jong.
De Jong. You see now that.
But you see, Ronald Koeman won't play Gavi, those youngsters.
But
Gavi has been starting nowadays.
But look at Real. Benzema, Vinicius.
Vinicius is on form. Can you, I never thought I would say those words. Vinicius actually now is playing well. Vinicius is playing well. Benz is playing well. And Modric and Cruz.
Cruz is back, eh?
Yeah, age.
Camavinga.
No, Camavinga.
Rodrigo is also.
Rodrigo. And as Valverde featured this. And I think the defense, for all it's worth, have been better than I thought.
Alaba
and Militao.
Yeah. But still, Ansu Fati and Memphis Depay goals FC. So, but in
So Benzema,
let's give it. I hope it will be a high scoring game. Let's give it a 3-2 to Barcelona. I'll give it a 3-2 to Barcelona.
3-2 to Barcelona.
But you see, you are talking about Ansu Fati, but you know very well Ronald Koeman, who he is. He'll start players, other players.
But Ansu Fati, I think, deserves to start. But then Ronald Koeman is like, if we had Ronald Koeman at Arsenal, we will still be feeling the same way we feel with Arteta.
You'll be feeling worse.
Because you're not sure what he's doing. He has a good central deep playing midfielder in Pjanic, sends him away. He has got a good play in Arthur, sends him away.
No, that wasn't him.
But it's not that went the exchange. It is him that allowed it to happen.
The first
Under
game-
Coman.
Yeah, Arthur and then Arthur.
Pjanic.
Yeah, Arthur got Pjanic, and now Pjanic, instead of being told he wouldn't play, he was shipped off. So for me, Real Madrid will just win 1-0.
Because there was a game, the first win Barcelona had this season, Ronald Koeman was suspended.
So he was the even on the touchline is a problem. Yeah, but you know, let's just give our predictions for this game before the podcast becomes too long. So I am saying 1-0 to the Real Madrid to be scored by Benzema. And actually, information of that Benzema was on trial this week. And from what I was seeing on Twitter, seems he might be convicted. Benzema. For leaking Valbuena's sex tape or whatever.
And then for that reason, he won't be firing.
Since he has always been under pressure for so long and has played so well, he'll play his football and then get jailed after. Yeah, and I think with that we have come to the end of the Kicking It podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe.